Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. Linea unveils the tokenomics for its Linea token. ETHZilla unveils its ETH treasury strategy. The SEC approves in-kind redemptions for crypto ETPs, and BitMine now holds 625,000 Ether. All this and more starts right now. Linea, an EVM equivalent ZK rollup incubated by Consensus, released the tokenomics for Linea, its native token featuring a total supply of 72 billion tokens, representing 1,000 times the initial circulating supply of Ether. 85% of Linea is allocated to the ecosystem and 15% to the Consensus treasury under a 5-year lockup. Within the ecosystem allocation, 75% of tokens go to the ecosystem fund and 10% goes to early contributors, including 9% for an initial user airdrop. Linea will also have a fee model that burns 20% of net ETH gas fees and uses the remaining 80% to buy back and burn Linea. Additionally, ETH bridged to Linea will be natively staked to generate rewards for liquidity providers. The ecosystem fund will be overseen by the Linea Consortium, which includes ENS Labs, Eigenlabs, Sharplink Gaming, Status, and Consensus. 180 Life Sciences Corp., listed on the Nasdaq under ATNF, announced plans to rebrand as ETHZilla Corporation, following its $425 million private placement round. The company will now adopt a new treasury strategy focused on acquiring and compounding ETH while continuing to advance its existing biotech initiatives. Electric Capital will act as ETHZilla's external asset manager, deploying a range of on-chain yield strategies, aiming to outperform traditional ETH staking yields. The round included participation by over 60 institutional and crypto investors, including Ethereum builders, DeFi founders, and Wall Street veterans. The SEC has approved orders allowing in-kind creations and redemptions for crypto asset exchange-traded products, including Bitcoin and Ether products. The approval marks a shift from the previous approvals, which only permitted cash-based transactions. Under the new framework, issuers can now create and redeem ETP shares using Bitcoin and Ether directly rather than cash. SEC Chair Paul S. Atkins said the move is part of building a fit-for-purpose regulatory framework for crypto markets, designed to make the products less costly and more efficient. In addition, the SEC approved several related measures, including allowing applications to list ETPs that hold both spot Bitcoin and spot Ether. And lastly, BitMine Immersion Technologies Inc. now holds 625,000 ETH, valued at $2.35 billion in its treasury. The company also announced a $1 billion open-ended stock repurchase program, allowing it to buy back shares in the open market as part of its strategy to optimize capital allocation. Chairman Thomas Lee noted that the buyback could provide the best return on capital in the company's goal of accumulating 5% of Ethereum's supply. In other news, the Ethereum Community Foundation launches BlobKit, a TypeScript SDK for using blob space. eToro announces plans to launch tokenized stocks on Ethereum, and the SEC acknowledges BlackRock's request to add staking to its ETH ETF. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io.